Hello, David Lynch here, introducing the new episode of your favorite podcast, the Garmonboja Symposia, where we celebrate the great artifacts of the northeastern mystical forests of Washington. Like you, we long for the small-town ethics of ancient evil and hidden horror without the New England racism of Lovecraft. I'm starting to linger too long in the realm of lucidity and clarity, so we will begin. Today we discuss which gums are coming back in style with our special guest.
Mr. Lynch?
What?
We've talked about this. Your podcast is in pre-production, and taking over my studio time will not help it get through the corporate red tape and all that.
This is just like working with Fox all over again. Where's Mark?
You two aren't on the greatest of terms anymore, remember?
I told him 100 times that was my quesarito.
David, I'm honestly a huge fan, but get out.
My name is Geoff, I need something to do, an excuse to have conversations with you. I wasted my life gaining pop culture knowledge, which shows much more than my 10 seconds in college. My name is Geoff, Geoff needs something to do.
Imagining you angry is almost impossible, actually.
Oh, I am so upset. Let me give you my upset face. I am so mad right now. Just cut it out.
It is like if you were angry, it would sound like you're giving a compliment, you know?
I'm really, it's interesting how angry you made me right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't get angry.
Just take off your headphones and walk out, that Mark Maron interview.
When somebody's like insulting you or something, I'm already going into how do I turn this, how do I twist this, what spin can I put on this? So I'm not in the moment. I'm not absorbing the insult. I'm already trying to find something funny about it or an escape.
Well, and you tend to go for the knuckleball.
What's a knuckleball?
Well,
I know in baseball, but your reference kind of threw me.
Well, it's because you said something about spinning it, and so that's just where my brain went,
Oh, okay, I got you. Literal. I actually think a knuckleball has no spin on it.
Something literal.
It's like
how
just
pedestrian.
It just goes straight. So
the knuckleball.
So
does?
you should probably say a curveball or maybe just a spinning ball. Slider.
Slider. Yeah.
Okay.
Burgers.
I've seen a knuckleball. It's weird. You can read the brand of the ball the whole way as it comes to you. If that's what's facing you.
I don't know anything about baseball, so.
Well, I played in the 4th grade, so I played on a team called Rotary.
Oh, so okay, I should have had you in as an expert.
Third base.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I want to get on this conversation. I played baseball third base that age also.
Did you play for Rotary, or were you on like?
I was on
another club name.
Gatlin Lumber.
Gatlin Lumber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I worked for a place called Copeland Lumber, but that has nothing to do with baseball.
What's funny is I did actually play baseball, like t-ball and baseball when I was young. I just, all of the information about baseball was purged by, Simpsons commentary or whatever, I don't remember anything from that time period.
Oh.
So, I was the pitcher for a while, and then I just was always on the bench because I was the fat kid or whatever.
Did you cry when you struck out?
I didn't really. I was actually pretty good at baseball.
Oh, so you never struck out?
No, never. No, I've actually
perfectly.
Have the Guinness Book of World Records.
You're talking about t-ball, right? You're talking about t-ball, and then it makes sense why you never struck out. I get it. Every kid strikes out.
Don't call attention to my bit.
Every kid strikes out. It's just funny. Yeah.
Every kid. Wait, is that your take on t-ball? Every kid strikes out.
If you strike out in t-ball, there's.
Yeah, all these kids, they're coddled. They have a tee for the ball to hit. This generation. Hell in a handbasket, I tell you.
Yeah. Kids don't have it as rough as we did. We had
Yeah.
we had challenges.
Mm-hmm.
There's one kid on my baseball team in 4th grade. Every time he caught the ball, he spun around a 360 and threw it. And
wow.
it was for style. I asked him why he did it. He said for style.
I was gonna say for flair.
For flair. I said it looks really good.
But it takes a little bit longer.
It takes longer, and when he throws it, it's usually way off. Like he's throwing to second base, and it goes to the outfield. I'm like, it looks good. Keep doing it, because I wanted his position.
I'm really into the aesthetics of baseball. Not really as worried about the actual.
No, it's funny because another kid on my team, every time the ball came to him, he would jump to catch it. It would be at chest level. Stomach level, he jumped.
Grounder.
Yeah, grounder. He'd do a mule kick or something, but his feet came off the ground, and it was all about style. That's what 4th grade baseball was about.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with the game nowadays. It's all about like actually playing a game. Back then we had style, we had flair, we had pump. So we've already been talking a bunch, but
okay.
Welcome to the show. We have Darin Thompson. He is a comedian and very funny one. And yeah, we're gonna talk to you. How's it going, Darin?
It's going really good. Just hanging out with, friends. It's good.
Friends. I mean, honestly, I've wanted to like talk to you. Like, just I love talking to comedians about just like comedy. Anyway, that's what the show is basically.
Can you use my name and say I love talking to Darin Thompson?
I love talking to Darin Thompson on Twitter.
Okay.
DarinThompson.com.
I have really low self-esteem, so every time I hear my name, I'm like, thank you.
Do you think you were saying earlier off the air? What am I? You were saying that Bentley's constantly talking to you about your underwear.
Well, Bentley's one that finds something about you or your religion, or just for example, your religion.
He tries to find a weakness.
He finds some, yeah.
Well, I wonder if he's just trying to start up an underwear business, that he wants to go in on with.
I think so. Secondhand used underwear. Skids are us.
Wait, is there first-hand used underwear?
Secondhand. No, I thought about that, getting into the used underwear business. I mean, there's a market. As long as there's still some elastic.
Mm. I don't know how many hands you really should be putting in your underwear anyway, though.
Oh, I see. Yeah, second hand. One hand, two hands.
This is
we could do an hour on secondhand underwear, because the Goodwill actually throws. They don't sell underwear. Apparently, it's not sanitary. Like used
not
underwear.
Used, no. They do have like the new packs. I think
they have new. Yeah, yes, they do. Last time I asked, I said, "Do you have any used underwear?" And they're like, "No, we only have new packs." And I'm like, "Well, that's worthless. How do you know if they're any good if nobody's worn them?" I'm like, "So
there's no reviews."
I'm like, "I've donated so much underwear here. What do you guys do with it?" And they say we have to throw it in the dumpster. I'm like, "What dumpster?" Which one? Just out of curiosity. The red one or the green one? Not that it really matters to me.
No, that truck outside's not mine. I'm not doing anything with that.
Going to start an underwear rescue.
What's funny about that is that implies that people are donating used underwear and they have to throw it out. Like someone was like, you know what? I think they could use this. This is something that we should give to Goodwill to help out.
Yeah, I know it's tough to throw something away that you've made an emotional bond to, and you're thinking maybe somebody else could form a bond with these.
You know what? We should really make it so that these exploited Goodwill workers have to go through used underwear during their day. One thing I am interested in, what started you into comedy? Like, what was like the influences? Like, what was the impetus to start? I guess. Like, tell me about your
impetus.
childhood.
That's somebody who can't have babies.
All the words I use are 50 cents and above.
Okay, no, impetus. What got me started in comedy? I come from a family of 6 kids. I'm in the middle. To be heard, you had to be funny or a rebel or something.
Even then, you're Kevin, you know.
Yeah, my dad calls me by the wrong son's name. That's never happened.
Oh,
yeah.
Everybody's crying now at home.
No, Stephen Wright, I thought was really funny.
That's really cool to hear. Yeah, I was wondering what your influences were. Like, what comedy was so Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright, hilarious. When I heard him, it was like an HBO special.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably middle school, and I couldn't believe this guy. The things he was saying were so bizarre and off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They just catch you. It was like talking about going home and to his hotel or something or apartment and putting his car key in the ignition and in the door, and it started up and he drove it around town or something. Just bizarre things, and I'm just like, this is funny.
I think he gets overshadowed a lot too by people that were influenced by him. Because like he was really influential to people like Mitch Hedberg or people that are one-liner comics that are weird and conceptual like that. And it is. Cause does he still do stand up? Like
I saw him on a talk show. Maybe it was like Greg Ferguson or something. And he's talking about his dog named Snatches. But
Snatches.
Yeah, anyway.
Interesting.
That's the punchline. I won't give you the joke.
Oh.
Yeah, he still does. I think he still does a little bit here and there, but yeah, he's just, I think he's funny, and his comedy's just out there. It catches you. You don't know which direction he's going, and so he can get you to laugh even if you're not trying to laugh or not wanting to laugh.
Right. I like that type of comedy too. Just like it's just like one little like nugget of a weird concept that is the bedrock for this whole this one-liner joke. I just like the way he does it. He constructs them really well.
Right. I one of his jokes is, I got food poisoning the other day. Mm-hmm. Don't know when I'm going to use it. It's like that's so funny. I like that
good
stuff. Emo Phillips.
That's a big one for
another
me.
Another one-liner. I guess I really like the one-liners, comedians.
That's interesting because you don't really do a lot of them. I don't think.
I started just doing one-liners, but then I saw a lot of comedians doing stories and getting a laughter like throughout the story, like every several words and stuff. I'm like, anyways. I still do some one-liners, but I interweave the one-liners throughout some stories from time to time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I go back to one-liners.
It's a really fun challenge.
Yeah.
Making jokes in a story.
Right.
It's something I've struggled with a lot, actually. Yeah. But Emo Phillips, I saw him at Helium, and
really,
yeah, he. It was just like the concept is just exactly something that like it works perfectly with my brain. He had on while he was doing jokes. He never said a word about it, but he was wearing like 40 shirts, and he just every couple jokes or a joke or two, he would take off a shirt and just put it in his pocket. Yeah. By the end of the show, he just had one shirt on and
a massive pocket.
Like, massive,
I've seen him do that.
Here. And he had a notebook that, like, I'm pretty sure was empty, and he just kept opening it and looking at it like he was getting jokes from it. And it's just like that type of thing is just exactly what makes me laugh. Like, it's my humor. So that's cool to hear because
I'm just glad you know the reference to Stephen Wright. Emo Phillips is like what?
Well, I discovered Emo Phillips from Home Movies, which apparently is like the linchpin for everything that's comedy in my life, because that's also why I got obsessed with Ron Lynch and Jen Kirkman and Louis C.K., although RIP, But
what?
RIP Louis C.K., unfortunately.
I'm just saying.
You're just saying?
Comedians all have their challenges in life.
That's true.
That's what drives him towards comedy, to find levity amongst anything that negative that's happened in their past.
Totally.
Adverse childhood experiences, for one.
Humiliation is a big part of it, I think.
Having been bullied or all those things drive people to humor. You're either going to go to something really negative or something positive, and comedy's positive.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you think would happen if a comedian or a famous person nowadays said, you know what, I'm in love with this person, they chop off their ear and they mail it to him? Wouldn't they get they go to jail or something, right?
If they chopped off their own ear?
Yeah, and mailed it to a person. Here you go. And you'd be like, oh, you're crazy. You're institutionalized. And all of their body of work would be tainted with everything and be like, oh, you're a crazy person. But Leonardo da Vinci is still he's the guy who did that, right?
Vincent van Gogh.
No,
that's what I said.
Van Gogh.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They
still
actually one ripped off the other's material. I
Okay.
believe.
And his ear.
And his ear.
Boy.
But there's there's part of me that's just that's not ever even close to dismissed. Everybody goes well, he was so passionate. Look what he did. I mean, of course, Louis just whipped out his penis in front of people. That's not exactly. I mean, it's passionate.
And I mean, it doesn't make the jokes not funny. It's just when I listen to him tell jokes now, it just feels like it's painful or slightly painful now. Just
like you walked in on your uncle having sex with someone from behind, and you're just like, oh, okay. So every time he talks to you, you're just like, but you're the guy who was doing that. Okay, but yeah,
Brian Posehn had
weird
a
example,
joke kind of like that, where he was talking about
chat. I was trying to keep this PG. You turn it to
a dog.
PG 14 or 16.
My bad.
PG 14
or 16.
He's in Canada.
Right.
It's on a maple leaf too. Those ratings. It's hilarious.
Really?
They only print things on maple leaves in Canada.
No, it's the little sticker is a maple leaf.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Video game ratings.
That way they're like, no, this is Canadian.
Yeah.
Might be Canada.
Anyway.
Canada.
I'm not here once again.
Canada. I'm also interested,
speaking of Canada, another influence, Strange Brew. The movie Strange Brew. That was.
It's been a really long time since I've seen that. I need to rewatch that.
Well, let me give you a reminder.
I need a reminder.
Take off,
to look at my reminder.
Take off, you hoser. See, for me, it was just like yesterday, but it's probably been 25 years since I've seen it.
That sounds exactly like Canada.
Thanks. The Great White North.
Where kilts are plaid. I'm just doing 5 Hour and Frenzy lyrics. They had a song about Canada. Jeez. We've also had Peter. You know Peter, right? Anyway, I just blanked.
Yes, I know Peter.
Peter Ellis. I did not
Ellis.
forget his last name.
He has. One of his jokes is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The lining up Subway sandwiches end to end. I love that joke.
Him and Jesse Whitehead too. Just we talked a little bit about religion, just because.
Did you talk about Donald Trump with Jesse? That's a trigger word. You might get an hour.
I mean, we went on a lot of tangents in that one because me and Jesse both have a very similar pop culture brain. So, but we also talked a little bit about religion and stuff. And I'm just what I always find interesting is because every comedian has lines they won't cross and things they won't do, or and a morality to it, I guess. And I always just am interested in your process that way, and also how do you write? Do you set aside time to write? Just
Okay, on the morality, I just picture my wife sitting in the audience, and I'm like, am I going to be sleeping on the couch tonight because of what I said, or not?
No, that's a real. I mean, that makes sense, because with me, it's is this funnier than it is mean or
Right.
funny. You know, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's ultra sensitive, so I'm like, so if she finds it offensive because it's mean spirited or vulgar, you know, she lets me know right away. And she's more sensitive than me, so sometimes I'll say something and she'll be like, "You can't say that." I'm like, "What's wrong with it?" And then she'll explain to me what's wrong with it.
That's a good like sounding board to have, you know. Jim Gaffigan, like him and his wife write jokes together, and I always thought that was really a cool.
And now you know why he's squeaky clean. Without his wife, he'd probably just Andrew Dice Clay, you know. He just
his specials are all clean, but when he goes out on the road, he will be not clean in some cases
because he doesn't take his wife on the road with him. Yeah, you see how that works.
This is one of the jokes.
That's why I'm worried.
Wife wrote.
I can't go on the road. I become a filthy comedian within a week. Just lose all morals. No, I have my
Andrew
own.
Dice Clay. Andrew Darin Clay. That's dumb.
Can you guys hear me in both ears?
I think so.
I hear you. And keep talking.
Is it just your left ear?
It's my right ear.
Okay, your headphones might be backwards.
Oh yeah,
or mine.
Maybe.
I can hear it in both. I think it might be a slightly.
I think if you speak louder, I'll hear you in both ears.
All right. So anyway, it's gonna come out in mono at the end anyway. So another thing I realized in tune with this conversation was I went and saw Brian Regan over the Elsinore.
Yeah,
he's divorced now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so
he's divorced now, which is kind of put a kink on
his material's gotten. He said damn shit hell.
Wait.
Yeah.
Brian Regan said the S word.
Yeah, all three.
He's said hell before. And he may have said damn a couple times, but
pretty
I've never
sure
heard the S word out of Brian. I'm
sure.
I'm gonna have to challenge you on that one.
Okay,
but maybe once you lose your better half, just saying, things can go south.
You're left with just the worst half. Yeah,
you're left. Yeah,
I swear he did, but I mean I could be wrong.
I saw him at the Elsinore.
When his brother was there?
No, his brother. It was the year before that.
Okay.
So, and he had just gotten divorced. And here's the thing: I use Brian Regan when I'm talking to my wife about. No, she's like, most comedians I know are divorced and they do filthy comedy. She's like, so I'm trying to explain. No, there's good comedians out there. I use Brian Regan as an example. He's a family man. He has kids. He's happily married. You hear his jokes, and then we went to the show together here in town, and his opening line was, "Well, I got a divorce."
She just stares at you the whole
and
time.
my wife's like, "What?" After that, I don't know if she heard any of his material, but I just like, no! The one comedian that was doing it, but Jim Gaffigan's doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
I had it on. I had it. I fixed it. It was my thing was pointed to the left. That's what. Sorry.
Okay, just messing around with knobs.
Sound guy.
That's the inside baseball that you come to. Jeff needs something to do for.
Yeah. Good thing I chimed in to be wrong about Brian Regan and get my sound check.
My podcast title is hard to say as in that type of sentence. Anyway,
what was it?
Oh, I was like, that's what you come to. Jeff needs something to do for.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of.
It's just like awkward. You were talking about clean comedy though with Brian Regan.
Regan, I love Brian Regan, by the way.
Brian Regan. Yeah, no, I like him too.
And actually, I'm just gonna say, Dennis Regan, his brother, is awesome. He's so smart. His comedy is so intelligent. I think he's one of the best comedy joke writers out there.
I'll have to look into that. I did not even know of a Dennis Regan.
Dennis Regan.
He's kind of like a badass version of his brother.
Huh.
Although he's generally clean.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's
generally he may say the S word.
Okay.
His brother
I didn't notice.
Brian doesn't, but generally he's clean, and he advertises his corporate clean when he's.
Huh. I didn't notice any like bad language or anything, but his attitude was a lot less like, "Hey, I'm on your side. Look at my shoulders bouncing up and down."
Yeah.
He's kind of just because there was a guy that was heckling, and he stopped the whole show.
I love that.
And he was like, "Hey, what do you guys say? I get this guy out of here." And the whole crowd cheers, and the guy's like, "I paid so much money for this ticket," and he's like, "Oh, I don't care." You're drunk. You got drunk with your family. Now you look stupid. Good job, man. And then he walks out and everybody cheers him on the way out. It's like, oh, that's a good
I always love a good heckler like takedown that's like real.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was like a dad taking down a child.
Yeah, it was. And the guy was probably 60 that he dismissed, and that guy had brought his whole family, like a group of 12. Mm-hmm. And his wife was just sitting there like this, and nobody left with that guy.
I think like the wife sitting there like this is like every single heckler has that sitting next to him.
Yeah.
What I was going to say about clean comedy though is it seems like the clean comedy is rare in the sense that most comedians that you'll see at open mics are not clean, but then like most of the major American comedians are like, I would say like 50-50 almost are clean. Like you know, Bill Cosby, rest in peace.
They say Seinfeld's
Seinfeld
clean.
too. And Brian Regan, and like all of the really big comedians that are clean, like it's just strange to me that it's structured that way. Like why is it that like basically in order to start doing comedy, it seems like they try not clean first or something. I just that's always interesting. I guess that's not really a question.
Well, I'm just going to go off on this for a minute.
Sure.
When you're funny is funny, so if you can be clean and funny, then all of a sudden, if you view the world as a pie, you're catering pretty much to the whole world.
Oh,
but
totally.
Once you go dirty, now you just only have one small slice of that pie. You know
that I think I've actually heard like Jerry Seinfeld or some other people say things like that, and that is interesting. Well, and I mean you're like excellent at it, by the way. Yeah, you also have a way of like taking something that could be dirty and making it clean, and it's hilarious. That I'm just wondering, like, is that something that you consciously like developed, or is it just came naturally from being around all of us like psychos?
It's more of a game, you know. When somebody says something dirty, can you turn it into something clean? Because the opposite is what comedians generally do. Okay, so somebody says anything, and you make a sexual reference of it, take something perfectly clean and innocent and go dirty with it. Mm-hmm. Now the opposite is funny. It's like. Mm-hmm. If somebody says something really dirty and you take it and you make it clean, it's just a different spin,
and it's even funnier.
Like that
can be
the jokes of yours that make me laugh the most are things that you commenting on something that like the previous comedian said or earlier comedians in the night. Because like it's a lot of the time me because I said something terrible.
No, after you did your Jesus bit, I'm like, I gotta say something about that.
I'm really glad I don't do that bit anymore.
No, it's your bit. But if I go after you, I gotta say something. You know, it's kind of one of those things.
Well, that's also an example of a bit that I decided was. Not meaner than it is funny, but it's not. I don't know.
It can bother people more than it is funny.
It's like it's shock value type comedy to me.
Right. You're gonna get half the audience laughing, and the other half are gonna be going, "That's pretty sacrilegious."
Right. No, exactly, and it is, and that's probably also why. Like I was saying earlier, a half of the major comedians are clean and not the open micers because again they have a much bigger audience to play with, as it were.
Cha-ching, baby.
So when I'm like
you got the good racket.
Chad will go up and do a bit and kill, and while he's doing it, I'm trying to pick out the parts that I'm like, that's clean, that's not clean. That could be changed with one word, unclean. You know, and I'm just like, I don't know. I think in my warped sense, I want everybody to be clean.
I can understand. Well,
I guess that's not warped. It's just like I see the potential and I see the possibility. I'm like, well,
it's everyone else that's warped.
Right now, his comedy is kind of it's a small slice of pie, but he could have the whole pie with just a few tweaks. And I'm like, that's what I like to. Because I like the comedians I work with and play with.
Yeah, at the office.
Fun with at the office, at the club.
That's like that 80s movie Punchline where they had like a locker room in the comedy club where they like put their clothes like they got into their comedy suits.
Their uniform.
But that's actually another question I had is how do you ever actually get like offended or like upset at like some of the awful things that people say here?
It's funny. The most disturbing joke that's I've ever heard on stage came from Chad.
Oh,
I believe that.
Chad. So Chad wins. He happens to be right here. And we're not going to go over the joke because it's beyond PG-14, and I can't. There's no way you can turn it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the joke that starts out with the guy pulling out in front of him, and we'll just stop there. We won't even go anywhere with that. But yeah, I'm just like, whoa. I mean, I respect jokes that catch you off guard, and that one, and the first one, it catches you off guard.
You don't have to.
Catches you off guard and throws you a certain direction, and then he has a tag that makes you throw up pretty much. But if you're looking for a reactive comedy, you won. You win.
I just it would be really fun if someday you just like outlined everything that is like awful and evil about every other comic and just went through it like bullet point. Like
it'd be such a fun set.
Yeah, that would be great.
But at the same time, I respect the joke. I respect the intelligence that goes into taking people one direction and doing a quick turn the other. I respect that humor, just like an artist would respect. A painting. He may not be into,
abstract
naked paintings, but he could respect the lighting and the style and everything. But
nice brush.
But the actual
those filthy romantic.
Yeah,
painters.
but those filthy romantic painters with those naked cherubims.
Cherubims.
I call them cherubums because they don't have any clothes.
Yeah, cherubum.
Look at that. Doesn't he have any clothes on? Can't even afford clothes. He's a cherubum. Look at his bum. Cherubum.
Bum is a word that like doesn't get used often enough anymore. I guess
you always bring out your Andrew Dice Dangerfield for it.
The Andrew Dice Dangerfield. I am writing.
Andrew,
hold on. I'm writing that down because it's gonna be a thing.
So you asked me about offensive jokes. I brought up Chad. Every now and again, if somebody's talking very detailed, sexually explicitly, I might walk into the hall just to kind of go, all right, I don't think I needed to hear all those details.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see that visual picture that Emma Jonas painted in my mind. No, just for example, I didn't need to see all the details of that incident she was referring to.
That is true, though. Some people go like needlessly graphic with stuff just because they want people to be like, just be there, like in some fantasy place that they, I don't know what.
Right, but sometimes the punchline doesn't require that much detail,
right.
and bringing that much detail in it can make people be like, I don't know.
That's also just a joke craft thing too, because like one of the things that I try to do, which is I've heard from a lot of different sources, is to cut out as many words from a joke as possible without losing what's funny about it. And sometimes people just put too much stuff into a joke, and that's why it doesn't work. And so that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah,
there,
totally. Exactly. Get to the punchline as quick as you can.
And also, like, people will put in things that aren't necessary because they think it's going to bring like a shock laugh. Again, I've done that in the past too. That's not necessary either, Well, and for that matter, we were actually talking about this earlier too. Do you get sick of people focusing on like the religion, your religion, or like when they're bringing you up on stage, or commenting on it afterwards? Or
well, every now and again, because like I say, if somebody introduces me on the stage as I don't know, the funniest Mormon that we know, or somebody who doesn't drink. Yeah,
the world's funniest Mormon.
Darin the Mormon.
Okay.
I come up on stage. The audience doesn't know me. Now they're all sitting there going, okay, now we have to know, are you a Mormon? Is this real? What?
Yeah.
And so I
always
feel like I have to address it. So I have to do a Mormon joke or something and then move on. If I don't address it, I feel like there's still this kind of, well, okay.
Well, like, is that annoying or irritating? Because I feel like I would be annoyed if that were the case with me.
It's just a speed bump.
It's just a little bump I got to navigate.
It's basically work that they're making you do,
But there's times where I'm like, I'm just going to do a full Mormon set, on being a Mormon, and then I'll I might say, hey, yeah, introduce me as the Mormon comedian.
Oh, you could do like
Mormon
an Andy
comedian.
Kaufman thing and just read the whole Book of Mormon on stage.
That is a great idea.
Write that down,
somebody asked me if I like the Book of Mormon. I think they're referring to the play, but maybe not. Maybe it's the book itself. So let's read it. Let's get to the nitty gritty of.
Did you see the Book of Mormon?
There was somebody that asked me, says, so what do you think of the Book of Mormon? This is Jody Saab, this guy in Jody Saab. Anyways, comedian in when I was in Los Angeles, he was asking me about the Book of Mormon, if I liked it. And I said, well, yeah, I'm a Mormon. Of course I like the Book of Mormon. I said, I read from it almost daily. And he's like, no, I'm talking about the play. Like, I was the dumb one. Like, I'm talking about the play. The real Book of Mormon. I'm like, no, the real Book of Mormon. And I told him the Book of Mormon came first and the play came second.
I think the Book of Mormon, the play, is about the book.
Yes, exactly.
I just always a lot of things that I've always wanted to pick your brain about, because we don't always get a chance to talk for that matter. And now a word from our commercial sponsor or something like that. Aye, welcome, mate. My father sent me to calm any discomfort about the status of Randy's. God rest his soul.
God rest his soul? What do you mean, God rest his soul? What, is he dead?
Nah, just the company. Anyway, people are upset that Valutimore did a way assassination. I urge you, don't worry. We're making huge piles of cash now.
The fuck are you talking? I don't understand any. This is all stupid. I hate this Harry Potter BS.
Cornwood away. There's a great Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Excuse me.
His business is good. That is basically just like. Okay, I'm gonna stop. This is why I love working with Chad.
Did you bring a towel today?
Oh,
Reference.
Yeah, take that. I was pointing at Chad.
Oh.
Why are you so mean to Darin right now?
I didn't
Take that, Darin.
Take that, Darin.
I don't even know what anybody's talking about. I'm just sitting there going, towel?
It's like in the Book of Mormon where Joseph, he has a towel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
No.
Oh, boy.
A Mormon and a Jew walk into a podcast recording studio.
I know. The whole world's against us, Emma. We should just join up.
Yeah, when are we going to start our own podcast?
Oh, man.
The power
This is
of
the
two religions.
The most powerful crossover event in history.
Actually, the Book of Mormon was written for the purpose of persuading the Jews to believe in Christ.
Really?
Just so you know
Wait,
what
the book or the
play?
Not the play. The play doesn't really have as much power in its persuasion of that. But anyways, just now you know.
Okay.
And knowing's half the battle.
You might want to read it or might not want to read it.
Yeah, I think I'll avoid reading it. I don't have time to start believing in Jesus right now.
I know. It's a commitment.
Yeah.
I'm not
looking for a relationship.
It's kind of like being it's a little more of a commitment than being a big brother or a big sister. It's more than just weekends.
Oh, I don't want to do that either.
That's too much work.
Yep.
All right, so that was a very good commercial that you heard about 10 minutes ago when we started talking.
I'm going to buy that product, dude.
You should. Everybody should. And the people talking, by the way, we have Chad Johnson, which
Hello.
He's been here for the whole time. Anyway.
I got the award from Darin Thompson for most repulsive joke.
The most repulsive joke.
That's an honor.
That's the one.
I love that joke.
We're not telling it because we're keeping this PG-14.
It's about a guy pulling out in traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so move on.
And we have
Sorry
Emma
to tell
Pace
your joke.
Jonas.
Meow, 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 meow. Wait, can you play my sound effect here?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Meow, 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 meow. Hello.
And,
Thank you.
And Darin is also still here. And we're going to play...
Darin Thompson. He likes it when you use his full name. Remember from earlier?
Because there is a couple other Darins.
Do
this
mea
room.
culpas work for you? Sorry.
If we're
it's a
speaking
Catholic thing.
Mea
I thought it was a
culpas,
lawyer thing.
I have to dissect it. Mea means my guilt.
Yes.
What that means
Well, because
interpreted
in the
culpa.
Catholic canon, I think it means I am guilty all the time and my life is sad.
I don't need religion to tell me that and make me feel that way.
Exactly.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, no.
I was actually looking up what it takes to become a saint the other day, and it's not easy.
Are you working on that?
Well, see, in the Mormon church, all you have to do is be baptized, and you're called
all
a
saints.
Latter-day Saint.
Are
So
there
we're all
any-
saints. It's easy.
Are
But
there
the
any
Catholic
former-day
Church-
saints?
Yes.
These
I'm
ones
sorry.
So what is
quit
it?
the religion, I believe.
What do you have to do? 2
Former days.
miracles?
3. You have to
Three?
have 3 witnessed miracles.
Damn.
And you have to have lived a life of heroic virtue.
Do they just?
And I don't know what that means, but it
So
sounds pretty
vague.
impressive. Yeah,
Well-
Skateboard.
you got to wear a cape. I know
Well,
that.
most Catholic
You wear underwear
mothers
outside.
should be saints then, because what's more a miracle than childbirth?
That's one miracle. They got to do 2 more. So
Well, I'm saying
I know.
Catholic
Birth
parents-
control
Oh, that
It's
is
good,
wait.
right?
Birth control is a saint.
is more of a miracle than childbirth.
Oh, good point.
oh wow.
Sorry, Darren.
Well,
I was making a
that's pretty.
cutting joke.
It's pretty deep. I know I'm actually, that there is a somewhat of a miracle there, but But to become a saint, you have to also be dead for at least 5 years. So there's no saints in the Catholic Church.
There's
living.
no living saints.
How do they fill out the forms required if they're dead?
Somebody else has to do it for them.
It's
You got to have a.
That's how they get you.
So every saint is just a dead person?
Yes.
So there's not go over to St. Vincent's house.
Okay,
to Paul.
I can't speak for this religion. This is something I read on Wikipedia, I believe.
That's good enough for today's knowledge.
I just looked up how to become a saint.
So how did St. Vincent de Paul become a saint? Was there
A lot of people gave him some robes, and
this?
he just got
this outfit is a miracle.
Yeah, a lot of people just gave him stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, I have this whole place full of things and."
I'll sell it for a very reasonable price.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, wow, what a saint.
Oh boy.
there was nah.
Everyone was Jewish back then. What?
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna go down that.
So
wow, what a saint! Look at him; he's got everything so cheap.
So
yeah, exactly.
you remember
I made the joke. It's
Darin
okay.
Thompson? How I was saying earlier that I go off on a lot of tangents.
Yeah, I know. It's been kind of fun because I realize I can throw a topic out there, and we're going to go down that road.
Yeah, we totally stole
How
it.
about how to become a
Definitely.
saint? And we went there. And,
I want to hear the rest of how to become a saint, though.
that's just what I remember off 3 verified miracles, life of heroic virtue, and you got to be dead for 5 years. And
Okay.
people have to
Wow.
claim to have prayed to you and received miracles in their life. So
How many people read the thing, and then that last one is
I know
deal
that
breaker?
last one gets you. You're like, forget it,
Well,
forget
It's
it.
the small print.
It's the
Okay.
small print at the bottom says, by the way,
I thought
BTW must be dead 5 years.
BTW. Oh boy.
Oh, well, yeah. What if a little kid wants to be a saint when they grow up? It's so sad. It's like,
When I grow up, I want to be dead.
but okay, here's my question. In one of the 10 Commandments.
One of them. I'll tell you which number it is. Go ahead.
Oh, this is exciting. You shall not worship false gods.
Oh.
Is that one of them?
Yes.
So-
That's commandment number 2, I believe.
Look at that. Number 2. That's a pretty
Silver
important
medal.
Number 3.
First loser. So how come you can pray to a saint for stuff? Aren't you just supposed to be praying to God, Jesus, Ghost?
You know, if you're trying to find fault with religion, it's really easy. we could do that all day long.
It makes me feel smart, you know.
Come to find.
Wait, is Bill Maher here?
Come to find out, not everything works out how it should.
Oh, well, that
Well, no,
answered my question.
no. That's
Thank
what
you.
makes you a great comedian is that you can see hypocrisy a mile away.
Thank you very much.
And hypocrisy's funny.
It is.
It
It's
is.
so funny.
Hilarious.
Well, that's another thing we were saying. Humiliation is a big part of what's funny, and that's kind of sad. But
We're talking.
No, what's your sign off for the show every time, Geoff?
man, I don't know. I feel dumb, but I can't remember it.
Oh, you.
Jesus.
Ooh, look at him go.
Oh boy! All right, so now,
yeah,
what
we're
we're
doing
gonna
stuff?
do is we're gonna play a game. That was literally like 20 minutes later, and it's called "It's a Bad Scene, Man," and
It's a bad scene, man.
Terrible.
Or
scene.
woman.
It's a
It's a
bad
scene,
everybody.
Person.
Yeah. What episode was it? Zach pointed out that I was being heteronormative with "It's a Bad Scene, Man."
Probably the one that Zach was on.
Maybe it was the Puente episode?
It could have been your episode, actually. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm glad. No, we should
it
really
wasn't
get
mine.
into this. But yeah, basically what we're going to do is we're going to make a scene, and I don't really know what I'm doing with improv very much, and we're just going to have fun. And that's the game.
All right, I'll be back in 2 hours to pick you guys up from the skate park. Have fun, honeys!
Do we have to wear helmets?
Yes, you have to wear your helmets!
But it's not cool, Mom.
It's so cool to be safe!
Bye, Mom. Yeah, bye. Dude, just put your helmet on while she drives away, and then just take it off when she's around the
I'm
corner.
gonna take a picture of you before I leave without your helmets on.
I'm afraid we can't let you ride around without a helmet, kids.
I'm glad they have security at these skate parks now. It makes me feel so good as I go to the mall and flirt with the guy at Victoria's Secret.
Oh, I'm not actually security. I just
Dude,
wear this shirt
no.
ironically. I'm actually the head of Skate Church. Welcome to Skate Church, kids.
Do we have to listen to a sermon to skate at this park?
I thought we were just going to the skate park, Mom. You tricked us into going to church.
Ah, suckers!
we don't call it a sermon. We call it whoa! What? Where did everybody go?
Come on, quick,
it's
quick.
not. I meant to say skate place that you go, not church.
Is this church or not? I just want to skate. I'm working on my kickflip.
Yeah, go ahead and skate, and
Kickflip.
we'll see what happens.
Hey, did you guys already start? My dad just dropped me off. I got my skateboard. I got my Bible. My skate Bible, of course.
Well, right.
Check out.
I got
this nerd,
scriptures
Darin.
written on the bottom of my
See,
skateboard.
we love it when a young skater of the Lord comes prepared.
I skate through these passages.
We're gonna play some nice Christian pop punk rock for y'all, and you have fun.
This is Christian Skate Church. Oh.
What?
Okay, no, that's
What?
fine. Never mind. I'm gonna go.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh well, I mean,
You guys have fun with Christianity.
oh, I wonder what religion that kid was. Anyway, having fun, kids.
I just want to skate.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
come here to go to church.
No, it's not church. It's skate.
Wait.
place.
Will religion help me be able to learn a McTwist?
A McTwist?
A McTwist. I want to do a McTwist. Could you?
I don't know. I think that one's
Oh,
slightly
dude.
sacrilegious.
What?
That's
Tony Hawk does.
It's twisting lasciviously. I don't like it.
Lascivious.
Hey, what is everybody doing over here? I got a report that there was a congregation at the skate park. Is this what you guys are you here to make trouble?
No, we're just skating, officer. You don't...
Officer.
What?
You're not like actually a stripper because we've had this problem before.
No, I am an officer.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Did you see the car? Did you
no,
hear the whoop whoop when I got out of it?
I just thought you were.
Excuse me. What are you? Can you show me your credentials? You're just standing here in front of a bunch of kids.
I have
a couple kids.
I have a BS in skate church.
You have a BS all over your face. I need to see your papers.
I don't appreciate such language, sir.
Okay.
Now I pay my taxes, pay for your job, and I feel like maybe I'm just in a huff.
Are you kids okay? Are you guys okay?
Sure, you're okay, kids.
Don't you look at them like that. Do not look at them like that.
I'm just looking.
You go stand over there by the tree. You go stand by the tree, and you think about you stand there and think, and I'll be with you in a minute.
What's your badge number?
You have eyeballs. Look at my... Just go stand by the tree.
Fine.
Before you get tased.
Mom dropped us off here. She said we had to wear our helmets, and then he said this was skate church, and he was just telling us that we can't skate until we listen to a sermon.
Yeah. This dude just comes up
and
like...
stuff.
Like we're at church.
But
sir,
shut up, you weirdo.
We
I
just
don't know
want to
who this dude
skate,
is.
but I don't know. You know, if we have to listen to church stuff, I'll do that. Because I'm not one of those rebel skaters.
Well,
I just want to be able to do McTwist.
Well, this is a skate park, and I can see that you guys want to be, skating. And I appreciate that you're wearing your helmets. We got signs up posted, wear your helmets around here.
Yeah, we're totally gonna keep our helmets on.
I'll go talk this guy away from you guys if you want to be left alone. But if you guys want to just skate, that's totally fine. It'd be great if you could just say, I believe unto the Lord Jesus Christ as my Savior.
What?
Is that not something?
Are you a church cop?
Yeah. What are the church cops? I got a cop church, and I try to church the cops, and I'm just,
Dude, everyone here is a church guy.
Will it help my skating? That's all I really care about. Will I skate better?
Do you want to pull off the Christ air?
Invented by Christian Hosoi himself?
What? No one can do that.
Oddly specific.
Wait. Front side or back side?
Well, backside.
Oh.
With a finger flip?
Finger flip? You're going to finger flip in the Christ air?
Finger flip my board. Yeah. I'm just saying. I want to step it up.
There has never been a miracle performed that has been as impressive as a finger flip Christ air.
Dude, I don't
know.
Backside.
I walked back over.
Dude.
So as a
I'm sorry. I have no time for you, sir. No time at all. You are offensive just looking at you. It is ridiculous how much you think you could even talk to me. I have an emergency at the church I got to go to. So you guys have a good day.
Dude, Darin,
wait a second.
Darin, if you can figure out how to use Jesus to do the Christ flip, and you can do it 3 times, that'd be like a miracle, dude. That'd be like 3 miracles.
You mean 3 back-to-back Christ airs?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. It'd be sweet. If I finger flip it and then varial it at the same time, I could land switch. And, yeah. All right.
Whoa, dude.
X Games, here we come.
Kids.
Yeah.
What?
I kind of overheard you talking, and I do have all of the paperwork for skate sainthood. And if you do want to fill that out, after you're dead, you'll become a skate saint, and they'll name a dark slide after you.
A dark slide?
I overheard. Is that a skateboard?
Yeah, Rodney Mullen invented that trick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good, I got it right. All right. So, yes, just fill these forms out, and then after the execution, you'll become saints.
Dude.
Wait. Execution.
Oh, I meant like after you execute filling out the forms. Saved it.
Okay. Sure.
This guy keeps muttering into the collar of his shirt. I don't know if I trust him.
You know what? He smells kind of funny. What's that? It smells like skunk or I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's like
Oh, my shirt
old
is made out of
salad.
skunk fur.
I don't know, dude.
Something doesn't feel right. The way he keeps looking at me, like he's not even. It's like my eyes are up here.
Now it's time for the God Talk.
Hey guys, it's
Whoa.
Big Brother Terry. I'm everybody's big brother. You just look at me and you
dude.
know who I am because I got this shirt and I got these pants and look at my Firebird that I just drove up on. I'm on a skateboard with it. Wait, who's this guy?
I am.
What's that knife you got?
It's my weapon. I also have armor of God under my skunk shirt.
You got all. That's some weird stuff.
It's I'm
all
a
this
warrior of the
paperwork.
Lord.
Little kid, what are you signing over there? What are you filling out? Paperwork?
Oh, no, don't
Don't
worry about that.
Let me see that.
It's just a thing.
Let me see that.
It's these forms. They fell out of.
Did you see the part where he's going to kill you at the end of that?
Wait, what?
Yes.
That's outrageous. How dare they?
Big Brother Terry coming to say some, kids.
Dude.
How dare the form makers
Oh, my
do
long hairs in my
this?
face.
Well, if you have to sign something to be killed, I didn't know.
You know, it's normal to be this sweaty when you're talking about skating.
I think we got to get that cop back here, but not that church cop. We
Church
need a different
cop.
one.
Oh man, that church cop! I see him.
Wait, he
was
all
a
over the
church
neighborhood.
cop?
It was ridiculous. Okay, Big Brother Terry, I have all the answers for you guys. Okay, you kids right
I
here.
like that you say your name before anything you say.
I'm Big Brother Terry.
Yeah.
I'm everybody's Big Brother Terry.
Dude, Big
It's
Brother
great.
Terry.
I'm
is
so
the
awesome.
best.
It's great.
BBT?
This guy right here, I think he wants to kill both of you guys, and so he
What?
can do some sacrificial stuff. He doesn't seem very cool. You see my Firebird back there that I drove up on?
That's
not like-
a Trans Am.
Gravel. Well, I mean,
It's got a big bird on the front.
yeah,
Hey,
it's
yeah.
it's a Firebird painted Trans Am.
This is
Still pretty sick.
my
Smokey and the
life to be
Bandit.
persecuted for
So-
my beliefs. I mean, it's not like I have a sacrificial dagger or like an altar or anything like
Man,
that.
you're lucky I don't have these kids beat you with their skateboards right now.
Oh, that's
I
a good
don't-
idea,
is it
Big Brother
possible we-
Terry.
What was that?
Yeah, let's beat him with our
Brother Terry
skateboards.
has really good ideas.
I didn't know skateboards could be used as weapons.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is all
dude.
backfiring now.
So one of the things I heard on the police scanner that the church cop was doing on his little thing is
Church cop?
one of you was trying to learn the Christ air, and I need to tell you, you do not need religion. You just need skateboarding belief. You need belief in yourself to
Heathen.
perform the Christ air backside finger flip.
Whoa, dude, Darin, you totally believe in yourself. You could totally do it.
Well, let me try it.
I don't know. Don't you kids want a dark slide named after you?
No, I'm taking my helmet off for this.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be awesome. I'm going to drop it.
Insurance.
I'm dropping it on the high side. I'm going to try it on the low side.
If you die, you'll become a saint, though. There is that.
Well, the trick
Get outta
is
here,
you gotta
weirdo.
get up in the air high enough that you can hold your arms out to the side, holding your board out.
Full wingspan, man.
Yep, legs together,
Full
cross
wingspan.
formation. Flip the board. Okay, I'm going for it. I'm going for
right.
it.
Here he goes.
I'm
Here he
going.
goes.
I'm
Go
dropping.
Darin.
Wait. Drop it in.
Scene.
Wind knocked out of me.
Oh, dude. Just believe in yourself.
I can breathe.
Christ, Darin.
I've never crashed from that high up before. Oh. I can't feel my legs. I can't. I kind of hit the coping on my back. Yeah.
You know what? Let's get that church guy back in here. They're good with that kind of stuff.
Is that blood?
That's a lost cause.
Darren, I videoed that whole thing. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Finally,
MC.
I can get sponsored by a wheelchair company.
Woo! High five. Oh, yeah, music.
High five.
Music.
Oh, yes, it's the
I
music.
was like, what's the transition out of it again? Other than scene?
I watched that movie. was inspiring.
Skateboard church. You ever seen the movie Rad?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
80s BMX movie.
Oh,
So good.
sounds right.
Before that was BMX Bandits, just so you know.
Never saw that one.
It's kids on bikes,
Kids on
Gleaming the
bikes,
cube, bro.
stops.
guys on skateboards.
It looked like you almost fell, Geoff, and then you were looking for balance, and then you caught yourself with a lean back point. At
I
me.
should mention I am incredibly drunk right now.
Yeah,
so.
and you're balancing on a workout ball. But you're doing a good job.
Drunk on friendship. Let's just get this straight, okay?
Did you guys know the world is flat?
I'm hammered on bro hands.
It's round. It's round, but it's flat like a cookie. That's how we compromise.
Oh yeah, round.
That's how the flat earthers and the round earthers. It's like let's just come together in the middle somewhere. It's
Yeah,
round.
there are two dimensions.
So
There's a great
we all
meme
agree on
that just showed the Earth as a pyramid. It's like everybody's wrong. It's a pyramid. Yep. No.
He just settles in as if like it's not his show.
What y'all doing?
I just have a question. Why is
What
there
else? What
why
else?
is there a roll of toilet paper on the table?
Oh
Why
well,
not?
we've
My
had
nose runs.
accidents before, so
Oh, for noses. You know, I know it's versatile. You can use toilet paper.
chapel, everybody.
No, I sniffed a lot, and then one day I was like, oh, I just sniffed into the microphone, and Emma goes, like always? I was like, oh, do I do that a lot? And she goes, yeah. Like,
Don't you like put the mic to your nose when you do it?
I don't notice it, but one time I did, and then was let know that I do that a lot. So
Oh, we all have our.
I just thought you were smelling the mic.
He just puts cocaine on the mic beforehand. Sorry, Darin.
I need to look at the timestamp. Don't even mention
It's
a
the
drug.
third drug reference. It just made our rating PG-17.
Well,
I'm
you don't
glad
know what any
someone's
of them are, right?
keeping count at least. All right, that was tremendous fun. I love playing a dirtbag. So we're gonna do some plugs here. Do you have any shows coming up? Anything to plug?
Yes, I have a show tonight.
Well, that's
I'm still gonna plug it because it's
Yeah,
the,
you still are bragging.
it's the oh boy, ROCC, Recovery Outreach Community Center. It's for people with addictions. People can go in there anytime they want. It's open 24/7, I believe. You can walk in off the street and
give me that information.
Yeah. ROCC. It's off of I think Market Street. Anyways, no. Anyways,
Any jokes about like rock
Madison.
and roll or
so it's
on Madison.
Is it? Oh, okay.
They got a church in the back.
I don't know.
I deliver pizza there a lot.
But yeah, they're doing a volunteer a fundraiser tonight at
fundraiser
at the Ike Box. And,
okay.
And I'll be doing probably a 15-minute set. They have
Awesome.
two bands playing. They're going to do some improv, and then I'm in the middle somewhere there.
So this is coming out in about 6 weeks. If there is something that you know of that's happening,
At least they'll know what ROCC is. And
okay.
There'll be other.
Do they have a
fundraisers.
slogan like rock and roll? Because that would be a
Outreach
really good
community
idea.
Rock? I know it should be rock, or maybe the Caesar Ross. Maybe pronounced like S's.
Okay, Ross dress for less. Or?
Yeah, exactly. Which is where I got my shoes.
New shoes.
Twin Peaks
And Emma,
reference.
do you have any plugs that you would like to mention for 6 weeks from now?
Hell yeah.
6 weeks from
6
now.
weeks from now,
I'm too
I
prepared.
will be headlining at Radio City Music Hall.
Oh wow,
That's not true.
Oh,
But it
you
sounded
really had me
convincing.
going there.
Yes. No, that's in 8 weeks. In 6 weeks, I will be recording podcasts, much like this one. Actually, different from this one. There's the pilots with me and Thompson, where we play a couple of crazy characters doing the first episode of their very own podcast.
And we should insert the bow, 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 bow with the disclaimer there.
I actually do have stuff happening 6 weeks from now.
Nice.
I will be on the first show at the Opal Theater in Eugene, put on by Max Brockman. That's on June 2nd.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. What?
Max Brockman.
Max Brockman,
Yeah.
friend of the show.
Well,
Yes.
you are,
Oh,
too.
Look at you, name dropping. Wait, that
I
was me.
drop him a lot.
Yeah, June 2nd, comedy at the Opal
Nice.
Theater. I believe. Well, I don't know if it's in Eugene or around Eugene, but there's a theater called the Opal Theater in the area.
Google it, dummies.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Truth or Dare Live, I run every couple of months here at Capital City Theater.
And that's a fun show.
It's a fun show. It's a comedy party game show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I got
The
really
end.
lucky on my episode. Like, I didn't have to do any dares at all.
You didn't?
No, I don't think so.
That's funny. Oh, yeah, you guessed right. And no one guessed yours.
Yep.
Yeah, comics tell truths, audience dares.
Yes. Dares.
I don't know.
And Chad.
I don't know. This show, Geoff needs something to do. The Pod Chaos, the pilots, everything coming out of the Salem Comedy Studios podcast network. If you want to get, shut up, Geoff. Stop trying to talk. If you want to get your podcast done, if you want to do one, talk to me, and I'll help you do one here, and it'll be fun for you, and less me, but it'll be fun for you a little bit, and then. Friday Night Funny here at Capital City Theater, booked by Emma Jonas, Zach Chappell, Dash Thompson, and myself. It is a
dream team,
fun comedy show.
So fun.
It is so very good. You're hearing this, and we have recently had comedians such as, oh man, so good, so good comedians on
good.
On May 5th. We had Jeremiah Coughlin, Clancy Kramer, Carter Anderson, Dylan Jones, and a couple other people. May 18th, we got Tyler Bowe, Hunter Donaldson, Jake Silberman, Alex Rios, and the one and only Darin Thompson.
Whoa.
Friday Night Funny, May 18th. You did great. And
Oh, I see what.
Travel.
Everybody in the room
happening.
was on the floor weeping at the end of his set. He was so funny.
such a sad set.
Yeah.
But yeah,
In the
Tyler
good way.
Bowe's awesome, by the way.
he's
Yeah.
so funny.
He's
And
hilarious.
he's another one of those that I don't think he goes. I don't think he dips out of clean.
Yeah.
If-
Typically not. You know,
He's pretty clean,
Yeah, he doesn't dive into the vulgar really.
Yeah, and he's also just really.
He's
One of the
super funny.
coolest.
He doesn't really need to. He's just funny.
The coolest things about him is like he was doing his because he does the beatboxing thing at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's fun. And he's from U of O, and I like put together the beatboxing U of O and his age, and then I realized that I listened to his a cappella band when I was in high school.
No way.
Yeah, they're called
That's
On
so
the
cool.
Rocks, and they're from U of O, and they cover all these. They're really, really good. And it's like listening to music, but it's four guys doing
acapella.
It's an a cappella band.
Acapella boy band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he mentioned in his set that like I used to be in this a cappella thing and everybody laughs, and I was like, wait a second, they were really good. Like that, it's not a joke.
Yo, you know he's good. He
Yeah.
beatboxed for me. His beatbox. It's a small world.
Mhm.
Yeah, I opened for him in Newport. I'd heard of him, but once I saw him, I'm like, I'm a fan. Sign me up. And he
Yep.
does dry bar. He did dry bar comedy. This guy's
What's that?
dry bar comedy. It's a clean show that's done out of Utah, and he recorded a 45-minute set.
Oh, cool.
You can go online and watch it. It's killer.
Nice.
BOEH Tyler Bowe.
Yep, that's the one.
THOMPSON Darin Thompson. What about you, Geoff?
I don't have anything besides this show, but thank you for listening.
Come catch Geoff at some of the open mics. He's been getting real conceptual, even bringing a team on stage with him.
To make sound effects.
It's a real hard gang of tough fellas.
It was awesome. Last
Wanton criminals.
night, did you see that, Darin?
Wanton or
I had to go home early. I missed it. I feel bad.
So-
I usually stay to the end.
He goes up and does his regular set, and I'm standing behind him to his left with a slide whistle. Zach has described that thing.
I've been trying.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's
I
that.
know the thing.
Okay.
I know what that
So
is.
Zach has that on his right, and Nick Puente is behind him with the bell. So every time a joke doesn't work, I go.
That happened way too many
and
times.
it gets a laugh, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And
You know
then
what? With you guys, nobody would bomb. You know,
Well-
you make the bomb proof.
At the very
Successful
same
joke.
time, every time he did it, I did get a little sad. Like it did hurt a little.
Yeah, it's,
You
it's
know,
kind of
I
like an
knew-
exclamation point. The joke didn't hit, so let's emphasize that.
Well, there was
It's kind of like AJ's laugh. Is
yeah, there was a couple times where I was like about to, and I was like nah, and the Nick's like, no, you need to do that right now.
That's why
And
there
then-
were laughs that I didn't
Yeah,
understand.
and there was one time where I was like, I was like, Nick, and he's like, nope, I'm not doing it on principle. He's like, I don't remember what joke it was,
oh, Nick.
but it was, I think it might have been the skeletons one because that landed, and then
He just hates that joke.
No, I think it was beeswax.
Okay.
Because that one worked too, and he was like, no, not giving him that.
I like that joke just because it's one of those jokes that like makes me laugh, but I know that like it takes like 20 minutes to understand what the joke is if you're not like paying attention, you know.
Oh, is that why people weren't laughing until after the mic?
Well, that's I find usually how my comedy sets are. Like usually they're laughing like when they get home, you know.
Their way home, or
I have to call them individually and see, hey, so did you laugh? You know. Anyway.
Yeah, I sat up in bed in the middle of the night, scream laughing.
I just
look at
sent
the big
Geoff
picture.
a text late at night that just says LOL.
I have to have everybody sign a form.
Yeah, just in your sets, just be like, hey, people have started doing this. When you
That's a
finally
funny
get my
concept.
jokes, just text me when you get it.
I
Have
should
a bunch of jokes that aren't real.
I should just like make up little cards that are like contracts, like that you know. Anyway, and just like hand them out. That's a good concept. Anyway, inside baseball.
Can I plug one more thing?
Absolutely.
I want to plug improv at the theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
for
you want to
sure.
see some good scenes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Student
Or woman.
Yeah. The student improv team is like 12 people strong, and we've got, 10 people on main cat. We have a bunch of really good improvisers, and we put on a student show every other week on Wednesdays, and it's really fun. It's $5, totally worth it.
Totally.
Yeah.
7:30.
It's really good improv.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun. You see something different. I don't know. I think it's really cool that we have so many people locally who are very funny.
Very funny.
And there's all these
Funny.
comics and
dedicated.
people around. Like I see improvisers and comedians in the theater all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't get to see them go insane when they're not on stage.
Yeah.
So like you just have conversations with people like improvisers and stuff. But then when you get up there, like Julian walks up, he's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And he's kind of like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
And then once he gets on stage, he just turns into
a toddler.
Yeah, he's like a little
great.
kid.
Wait, Julian?
Julian
Uh-huh.
Salyer, yeah.
I totally thought you said Julian. I was very confused.
Julian.
Yes, Julian. That makes sense.
That's what I said and you said. Julie and I. Okay, never mind.
Anyway.
Got it.
So
Yeah, go to improv shows at the end.
so all right. Well, thank you for listening, and I feel dumb.
My name is Geoff.
Welcome to Blue Velvet Skies with me, David Lynch. Today, we will have weather that is perfect for pie and coffee. What?
David.
What? I'm not done yet.
My name is Geoff. I need something to do, an excuse to have conversations with you. I wasted my life gaining pop culture knowledge, which shows much more than my 10 seconds in college. My name is Geoff. Geoff needs something to do.
You've been listening to Geoff Needs Something to Do with your host, Geoff Parks. Recorded in the Salem Comedy Studios at Capital City Theater. Produced and edited by Chad Johnson.
This has been a Salem Comedy Studios production.